Are you sitting on your old laptop, staring at a spinning wheel of death, and waiting for the perfect moment to upgrade? Well, hold your breath and keep your credit card ready, because something very strange is happening inside the walls of Apple Park. Usually, Apple is a machine of predictability. If you want a new MacBook, you click buy, and it arrives at your door in 2 days. But right now, the high-end MacBook Pros are starting to vanish from the digital shelves. If you try to order a top-tier M4 Max machine today, you'll see shipping dates slipping into late February and even mid-March. This isn't just a minor stock issue or a random delay. In the high-stakes world of Silicon Valley, when the old stock disappears, it usually means the new king is about to be crowned. The big question everyone is asking is, could the 2026 MacBook Pro, featuring the powerhouse M5 Pro and M5 Max chips, actually be launching this month? The evidence for an imminent launch is mounting, and it's coming from every direction like a perfectly choreographed tech storm. First, let's look at the Apple Store. We are seeing shipping tightening, which is industry speak for Apple running out of parts or intentionally stopping the line. While the standard M4 Pro models are still available, the 14-inch and 16-inch configurations with the M4 Max chip, specifically those with high RAM counts, are seeing massive delays. Apple is a master of supply chain management. They don't let their most expensive laptops drift out to a 6-week delivery window unless they are clearing the runway for replacement. They are likely throttling production because they don't want to be stuck with a warehouse full of M4 chips when the M5 is ready to take the stage. We've seen this exact movie before. Back in January 2023, Apple shocked the world by skipping a major event and dropping a press release for the M2 Pro and M2 Maximum. History has a funny way of repeating itself when Apple wants to move fast without the noise of a keynote. But there is more than just shipping dates. If you want to know what Apple is doing, look at their software. Apple is scheduled to drop a huge Creator Studio software bundle on Wednesday, January 28. This bundle isn't for casual users. It packs Final Cut Pro, Logic Pro, and Pixelmator Pro into one professional package. Why would Apple launch a massive pro-focused software suite in total silence? You wouldn't. You would launch it alongside the hardware that runs it best. It's the ultimate one-two punch. Give the pros the new software and the new M5 hardware to run it on at the exact same time. Then, just 24 hours later, Apple has its quarterly earnings call. This is the moment they talk to the people who own their stock. They love to announce products right before these calls so they can mention the all-new lineup during the opening remarks. It's a strategy designed to boost investor confidence. All the stars, the store delays, the software bundle, and the earnings call are aligning for a massive announcement in the final week of January. The heart of this entire mystery is the M5 chip. While a base M5 was quietly tucked into the entry-level 14-inch model late last year, the Pro and Max versions, the real heavy hitters, are still missing in action. Rumors from the supply chain suggest these aren't just slightly faster versions of the old silicon. We are hearing whispers about a move to a modular chip design. This is a massive shift in how Apple builds its computers. Imagine a chip where the CPU and GPU are separate, modular blocks instead of one single, giant structure. For you, the user, this means incredible flexibility. In theory, a video editor could spec a machine with a massive GPU for rendering without being forced to pay for a high-core CPU they don't need. Or a developer could do the opposite. This modular shift is the secret sauce that makes the M5 generation a potentially historic transition for the MacBook Pro. It's about tailoring the power to the professional, and that is exactly why Apple has been taking their time to get it right. However, we need to keep our expectations grounded in reality. While the internal guts of these machines, the M5 Pro and M5 Max, will be absolute powerhouses, the outside of the laptop might look exactly like the one you see today. If you're expecting a radical new look, you might be disappointed. Based on the current roadmap, the 14-inch and 16-inch chassis will likely remain the same ports, same MagSafe, and the same liquid Retina XDR display. The real, earth-shaking, design changes are currently rumored for late 2026. That is when we might see the introduction of OLED displays, potential touchscreen support, and even thinner designs with built-in cellular connectivity. This puts the early 2026 M5 launch in a very specific spot. It's the peak performance version of the current design. It's the laptop for the person who cares about raw speed and thermal efficiency over having a screen that folds, or a chassis that's as thin as an iPad. So, who is this potential new launch actually for? If you are currently using an M3 Pro or an M4 machine, the jump to the M5 might not feel like a revolution. It will be faster, sure, but it won't change your life. But if you are still rocking an Intel-based Mac or an early M1 Max, this month's potential launch is your golden ticket. You would be jumping from the early days of Apple Silicon into the most refined, modular, and powerful version ever created. You're getting the move to PCIe 5.0 storage, meaning your file transfers will be nearly double the speed of older models. You're getting the final, most polished version